Recording.
So welcome, ladies. We're excited that many of you chose to spend your evening with us because we just hope that what you get from this inspires you and energizes you as we press on through this week and press into next week, which is going to be exhilarating. So that was the impetus to this call. When I made that recording the other day, it was, fresh in the moment of listening to the call from the 27th or 29th, I think it was, with Meg Wazinski. And I thought, you know what? It's time. We've got to do our calls. And so that was where it kind of was birthed. And so I hope that if you did have an opportunity to listen to those two calls, that you'll have some, your 3 takeaways to share. And even if you don't, we will have those for you. But we just wanted to really take this time to take the information from those calls and put them into action, and then hopefully glean from each other and how you are putting them into action as well. And the second call was this past Monday, and Emily from
Emily Rubios from Canada.
Yes. But now in the other place, I can't remember. Anyway, I love that she is a Team Cup expert because I'm sure you've heard, and if not, the next Team Cup will be launching right after Summit, August 1st, and registration opens up on the 20th. So we're excited to have her energy and her fabulous ideas to talk about and put into action.
And hold the phone, because really we are in the presence of a second place Team Cup team leader on our call.
Oh, and Allison was on that team.
We have some rocking coaches that know how to kill it with the Team Cup. So yes, Emily obviously has got, a lot going for her. I'm not saying she's not got wonderfulness, but we certainly have incredible team members on our team as well.
You're awesome at that, Allison. Thank you.
Sure.
So Meg's call, I know personally, my 3 takeaways were just realizing, as I have so many times before, that there are other ways to really engage with beyond our warm market. And I, her talking about the creative ways that she's put Facebook to the test. I can't say that I tried doing what she shared regarding, putting in the search box friends of friends who are soccer moms, but that is on my notes to put into action. But also just her share about Pinterest. And I know many of the gals, if they're not on this call, I know Allison is, but there's several that are really going to start putting some energy into Pinterest and how it can really grow your reach. So I thought with Meg talking about that, it's definitely a season that I'm hoping, gleaning from our teammates that are committing some time, we're going to be able to have some training specific to how to put Pinterest to work to help us reach more people. And just being reminded of, Meg's story being one that she came on as a discount coach, and I can't see everybody from here, but if you came on with the thought that you just wanted to get that 25%, would you raise your hand?
Heck yeah.
I can only see 4 of us, so I'm going to keep, look at that. We can all identify with where Meg started and how quickly that changes, because, I know for myself, and I think you guys could chime in, that it didn't take long for people to start asking, what is it you're doing? You're not running always now. What is it you're doing? And so inevitably the way we bring on discount coaches, in my opinion, and it continues to show that way, is just the first stepping stone into wanting to turn this into something more. So I love when we hear from coaches that are rocking the heck out of this business. I mean, you heard her story. And and she came on just like so many of us. Also, another key with her was she did not feel worthy of having, you know, anything to share story-wise, because she had X number of pounds to lose. She was, you know, she graduated with a nutrition degree and felt like she had no business trying to help people, you know, better their nutrition when she certainly wasn't exhibiting it. So I love that story, because I think so many people hesitate to come on board as coaches because of that. I know I have 3 people right now that I can think of that have been in my challenge groups more than twice now that are still in that place. And it's sometimes really hard to communicate with people like that, that once you come on and you get part of this cult, you know, that furthers your commitment to stay on course with your fitness and nutrition. So Meg really exemplified that and gave us some really great tools. Allison's going to share a little bit from Emily's call, and the way we will wrap this portion of our call up is to have you guys share if you have takeaways from those 2 national coach calls and or any questions you might have.
My 2 takeaways that I had circled, actually, I guess there's 3 from Emily's call, aren't necessarily so much in what she talked about when she was talking about the Team Cup, but it was just general practices that she has. The first one being just that you are a sharer of your best practices. And I wanted to take that as, especially going into the cup, but just as I was telling Elaine when we talked this afternoon, as our team as a whole, if we have things that are working for us, we are in this together as a team. Why not share them? I mean, don't hold on. We're not in competition against each other. That's the lovely, incredible thing about this business. Yes, we all have the same products to offer. However, your people are drawn to you. So Nicole has a whole group of people that are totally drawn to her because it's Nicole. Just like Molly and I have like a bazillion friends in common. And there are people that I have talked to, but they're not going to connect with me because they connect with Molly. And it doesn't mean that we can't work together as a team. We're not in competition with each other. Same with Tanya and I. We've been together and known each other for forever. We have hundreds of friends in common, but that doesn't mean that we still don't have different things to offer. So when we can recognize that, then we're better able to share what is working for us, share the best practices. And she specifically went into details, different notes that you have, or templates that you use, or scripts that you have, or posts that you have made up, or, different calls to action that get a good response for your challenge group, because you're targeting different people than we're targeting. But it doesn't mean that your ideas aren't something new and different that you can't benefit the whole team. So that was my big one, just sharing your best practices. The other one was just kind of a personal one for me, is exuding confidence in the product. I know freaking Shakeology works, and it helps me go to the bathroom and stay regular, and I don't skip breakfast. I mean, I know that. And, unfortunately, if anybody that reads that flippin' book also knows that about me too. However, hopefully nobody
like 100 million people now
know. There's nothing like it. They spelled my name wrong, so maybe they'll just never pick up on that. It's only got 1 L, so they'll never know it's me, right? Anyway, but you can build excitement and attractiveness if you are confident in the stuff that you're talking about. Yeah, I sell a shake. So what? That's not what it is. Talk about what that freaking thing does for you and why it's so awesome, and who gives a rip what anybody else says. And that was actually one of the things that Meg had said something similarly, that they're drawn to you and your excitement, and that's just something that you have to know. And the last thing that Emily said, so I had the share your best practices, exude confidence with the because that just builds belief and attraction, is that, and this was huge for me, and I know everybody's at a different place, and one of my major obstacles, this is very personal for me, was that I can have a career and be a mom. And that was Emily's big push there at the end. She was able to, there's people, and we talked about this today, it's like Sarah Lenore. She is a mom, and she loves having a career, which I totally don't get. Finding balance has been such a struggle for me, but this was something that I think I put up a wall myself, that I can't be this mom that's ever present. But I've learned that you can block out certain amount of time and you can still be a mom and you can still have a career. And this can be an incredible opportunity for those friends of yours, or maybe there are moms to be, or people that know that they want to change careers. This is there. This is the opportunity, but we have to believe that and recognize it and show them. So I think, we're at a good place where we can be the ones that show that. And that to me was like my big thing. I can have a career and be a mom. Mm-hmm. That's it. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know people believe that and they don't have any problems with it. That, like I said, that was a personal obstacle I've struggled with. Mm-hmm. So, yep, those are my 3.
Let's open it up and
Absolutely.
hear from you ladies as to what spoke to you and or what questions you might have regarding those 2 calls and how to implement what was shared. Speak up. We're all crazy.
Joy, take yourself off mute, girlfriend. Don't.
Okay, I mentioned you in the book today, so it's really, really funny.
Oh, you did? Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. You know what? It's nice to say I know those people for real life. So,
good.
Like,
use that. Totally
if I
use
drink
that.
this shake, will I look like? And it was Rob. And I said, yeah, I actually know him. And
there you go.
His dad died, and so yeah, he decided he needed a life change. So talk about being freaking like.
And you sold the pack, right?
What? I sold 2 5-day packs today to a husband and wife. So
sweet.
But that was even another one. I had a lot of interest in Shakeology today at my garden, including a chiropractor and a personal trainer. But
excellent.
To talk about needing confidence and performance, I've got them 2 lined up to talk to when I get back. So I'm really excited about that. But Pinterest is something that I really want to dive into since I do pin. But the way that she said that she looks for like 300,000, like it's been pinned that many times. And that was really interesting to me. Like,
yes,
like go for the ones that, and not just the little ones, like, all the fish in the sea. And then, sorry. And then, the one you said, share your practices. Those were my takeaways. Like, we are in this together, but I also like how she makes an event for the cup team.
Yes. And we're gonna mention we're gonna do something similar, but even take it a step further.
Okay, so those were my kind of takeaways of things that I could implement like right away. So.
Super. Who else?
Do you want me to go next?
Please.
Go for it, Molly.
Okay. I liked the Pinterest thing, like Joy was saying. I love Pinterest. I can just get lost in there and pin a bunch of stuff. But I mean, I like the idea of, you can make like secret groups and, things to put in there. But anyway, just a little side note. I know Shalene, our friend Shalene, she had on one of her podcasts was talking to, was it Natalie Jill? Mm-hmm. And it's all about pinning. And how you do, it's like an entire podcast on Pinterest. So that's just a little side note if anyone hasn't. I need to re-listen to it.
Yeah, and I think what we're anticipating, there's quite a few of us that actually have purchased Natalie Jill's Pinfinity program that she has. Oh. So I think that's the training that we do. We'll be incorporating stuff.
Oh, nice.
So yeah.
Okay, that would be a good thing. And then I liked that, and I liked the one on share everything. I think that's, I like when people like put stuff up because, I always make it my own, but it's like so nice to see like what they're saying or, so I like the idea of sharing, or maybe we can have a place to share stuff because I'd like to give back too for like whatever I'm putting up there. And what else did I write down? I think that was it. I think the Pinterest thing is huge. And I think even like Instagram, like I listened to a whole podcast on that. I think that's a huge thing too, because I think she mentioned just the social media in general. Mm-hmm. Because you can get, like, if you hashtag stuff and then you go on there, that's where you can find a bunch of people who have the same interests as you.
Yep.
So you can kind of pull from that group too.
Yep.
So that's it.
Okay. Well,
Cool.
I'm taking notes. So
Me too.
I mean,
Me too.
clearly Pinterest training is
Mhm.
definitely, and then also a resource dump of sorts for our team.
Yep.
Okay. How about you, Nicole?
Well, I have a lot of notes. I have like 2 pages of notes, but I think something that really stood out to me with both of them was their background story. With Meg, in the beginning, she was saying that she didn't have any friends or family supporting her. And while I have you guys, I have Joy. Joy's my coach, but like in my daily people that I come into contact with, it's like nobody. I'm the one that they're looking at. So I can relate to that, and especially to Emily's, where she wanted to be at home with her child. And I struggle going back and forth with the, I'm a working mom and I'm comfortable in that, and that's okay. But then there are times when, your kids are sick and you want to be home with them, or it's summer and I see less of my kids during the summer than I did, during the school year. And that's hard.
Yeah, I bet. So that's good, because it's showing you that the why is so important to really define and to visualize, and then to hold on to in the moments when you can be very frustrated and such, because that's clearly what drove her, as did Emily, when she dropped off her son and she was like, no more. Like, what am I going to do to change this? And so that's why we really have to zero in on it and revisit that often, and make it really clear. So good observations, good reminders. And I'm glad that we can be that tribe for you that you described. How about you, Christine?
Sorry, I'm chasing my bulldog. I just got out of the truck, and I'm like not chasing him down the driveway.
Okay.
I actually have been on a super interesting God-filled journey the last month. As you know, I was fully involved with It Starts with Diamond, and I was really putting out like massive amount of efforts, but I was getting lost in how I needed to make it me. And so I just took a step back, and I started Marketing Impact Academy with Shailene, which I had signed up, when that came out, but hadn't done anything with it because I got caught up in all of the amazing information that was happening with It Starts with Diamond. Super helpful information, but I was having to find who I was, and how I needed to incorporate what was happening with my horse business along with, with Beachbody, and how that needed to be meshed together. And so even just hearing the stories of the 2 ladies, their background, it is truly about making this who we are and connecting and being comfortable with who we are to connect with the right people. It's not making ourselves anybody else to just get customers. It's about investing and being vulnerable, investing all of ourselves to help those people, not just through maybe initially, a weight loss journey or health journey, but really to really completely impact their lives, to be able to help them, to grow and to find a life for themselves within the Beachbody company coach. So, just listening to those 2 things, I am totally computer inept. Social media, this has all been I have been deluged this year. If there was any, one word that was to describe for me this year, would be learning. I have learned and learned and learned and learned. My head is spinning with all the information. So all of the tips that is it Meg that she gave on the social media, that was huge, for the search bar and connecting with people that way. So, just lots of information. Yeah. Yep.
Super. Allison, I think, is on mute. I take it, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Did anybody have, before we wanted to share with you some of our thoughts with regards to launching our Team Cup plans. And I know Allison shared a lot of information that can be found in our file section in our page. Does everybody know what Team Cup is?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of from last time, but I don't know that it was like, I think like the more I hear about it, like I think I need to do a little bit more like understanding exactly what it is.
Okay. And the good thing is, like we said, registration doesn't open till the 20th. This doesn't kick off till August 1st. So you've got time to, you know, understand it. And, you know, if you listen to Emily's call, that kind of gives you a little idea as far as the team.
Yeah, I think that's why, like, when I started getting like more, like maybe I don't really know much about it when I was listening to her call. Because you know what I mean? Because she like really was, you know, clearly she was in it to win it, you know?
Right.
So she was like, no joke. So I think that's when I was like, oh, maybe it's not just like what we kind of did last time. We as in me, like not like the team.
Well, and I will just say also, that was like the first month that you signed up. Like you had signed up. So which I think was good because it was energizing you to go and invite. But yeah, I mean, I tried not to overwhelm you, just to let you know. Yeah, because there are people like that are like Jatana Jackson, right, Elaine? I mean, that girl is a beast.
Yeah.
Don't mess with her.
No, I appreciate that.
She will like contact you and say, how many points do you have and how close are you to winning? She did that.
No, and I can appreciate what Christine said about the whole like being on that, like the diamond group and stuff. Like I got way lost in that, and then I started getting way overwhelmed, and it can get overwhelming because you feel like, okay, well then I'm going to delve into this, and then I'm going to delve into posting, and then I'm going to delve in, and then I'm like, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to go watch The Real Housewives and get in the bathtub. So all good. Like true story.
We are all nodding our heads because we know, if we could get a grip on that, you know?
I just got real overwhelmed, and you know, I think like baby steps with stuff I'm more comfortable with is just the way. But I think the idea of like that event thing that Nicole, I think maybe was it Nicole or Joy said, make an event out of it, and maybe we could like be in there and just check in because I'm good at checking in the groups. That kind of keeps me organized.
And we're going to do it where we're hoping to have 3 teams minimum, each team led by a diamond, and we do have those represented. But we're instead of doing 3 different groups, we're going to do a combined group for all the teams represented within Team Everyone Matters, so that we're gleaning from everybody's, you know, success. We're gleaning from everybody's struggles, and we're also sharing in whatever posts or whatever engagement is working. I mean, why not? Duh. So that is definitely what we're going to put in place. And we have a file section, like I said, Allison put in this afternoon, where you could start signing up. If you want to be on a cup team, just sign up there, and we will make sure everybody's dispersed accordingly. With that said, I will say that I know those who is going to Summit on this call tonight. Okay.
Yeah, Molly, I'm like putting my little mouse up your nose.
Me? I know. Okay. I mean, is it too late for me to go? I could probably make it happen.
No, you can totally go.
Yeah,
it's not too late.
Actually, just because I know this firsthand, Christy Bruce sadly got a call from one of her newer coaches, Allison, who found out today she miswrote in her calendar Summit and her daughter's national gymnastics competition, so she had to pull out today. So I say that, Molly, because I don't know if you could pretend you're Allison. Yeah, I mean, room and a ticket that's paid for, and they can't get refunds on. So if you're interested in that, why doesn't Allison put you in touch?
Just so you know.
Right. What'd you say? I also know in the past, I've been able to take somebody's copy of their ID and get all their credentials.
I'll be like, listen, the last time I borrowed someone's ID was when I was in college, and they said it was my sister, and they knew who she was at the flying club, and they said, you cannot come in here. Your sister comes in here every night. That did not work out well.
You were dating yourself with the flying club, honey. That is
Thank
sad.
you. SSU. SSU.
So sad. Okay.
So
all right, well, let's talk. Let's have a side talk about that, Allison.
Absolutely. No, definitely.
That's cool.
Okay.
Because I feel like in the last couple of weeks, I've been really like motivated to make this like my thing. You know what I mean? Like
I do.
Make it real.
Yep. Yay. Okay.
And
so
next year's a long time to wait.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, I know. Nicole and
Christine's
Christine.
in pissed off mood, so don't even.
We'll just put her on mute. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Christine.
That's okay. I have thick skin. You're good.
But trust us, we will probably irritate you next week or exhilarate you with the number of posts that we will be putting into the team page as well as on our own personal pages. With that said, I encourage you, if you don't have Team Everyone Matters in your news feed, like if you've turned off notifications or whatever, I'd encourage you to turn them on so that you could be getting, right hot off the press what we're hearing. Thursday is slated to be the day that they make all the big announcements. So, you're going to feel like you're there.
Yeah, and I can do a positive spin on it. I talked to Allison. I said, I'm just still going to learn from it. I just can't be there.
Absolutely.
Well, used to actually do that general session live streaming. I don't know if they'll do that. They did it from Vegas last year. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to.
That's what I did last year. It's my first one, so it took me 2 years. This is my
And she's not just attending; she's competing in the Beachbody Classic. Like, talk about courageous.
Nice.
Oh my gosh, I'm nervous for I feel like the mother hen. Super exciting. That won't be broadcasted live, but trust us, we will be posting pictures.
Fantastic.
That said, there was another thought I had.
Regarding Summit? Is that what you're still talking about?
Yeah. One thing more about Cup. I encourage you to reach to your coaches, because we've got to go deep. We've got to get all of ours. Even if, we just got done talking about 2 coaches that shared that they were discount coaches when they came on. Ask them too. We want to build this bigger than just those that we always see in our page. We talk about that refer 3, get yours free. That's a great way for a discount coach to really get their traction. And if they're referring 3 to get theirs 3, that's 6 points, Success Club points. Why not be in a team if refer 3, get yours 3 free, say that 5 times, is of interest to them? So don't discount our discount coaches. And seeing that we have that time right after Summit, and, most likely those discount coaches are going to be seeing a lot of the exhilaration coming out of Summit. It's going to be a great time to engage in that conversation with them, with the new products coming out and such. So that's what I wanted to say about that. Do not prejudge any of your coaches with regards to joining a Cup team. Perfect example is you, Molly. You were new and you came on board. So if you have somebody coming on board within the next few weeks, invite them to a Cup team. It's a great way to just jump in and get your feet wet,
Well, poor Allison had to deal with me for 3 years before I ever would even become a coach. So.
We all have you we have you. And I think
everybody's got people like that.
Now I'm making up for it, hopefully. Being a pain in her side.
Same way. Christine talked about doing something for 5 billion forevers before she did anything. So
good, Christine. That's why we make good partners.
That's right.
At least to irritate Allison.
No.
With talking about bringing on new coaches, something else I had in my notes, and something I've had 2 conversations with this week.
Funny, because I had something come up right after we got off the phone today in regards to this too. Elaine, go ahead.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, some people wonder what groups do I add these new coaches to? So I just want to say, I encourage, this is what my 2 cents would be, is to add them to our team page and no others. Now, why I say that is because Molly even touched on how overwhelming it can be to get all this information. We will do our very best to get the information to you quickly in that format. If there's a question that would be ideal for a bigger audience like Team Elite Stronghold, which is ginormous, then either we could post the question or we'll add you to that group. But what I've found in the past is I've added coaches to 3 different groups, and they really don't, partner up with the main group, and instead they get confused and soured and so on and so forth. I really want to enter into a season in our team where we are a family and a tribe. And the only way we can do that is if we really connect within ourselves, together. It doesn't mean you can't connect with people cross-line or on other teams, absolutely. But really for your newbies, I just really want to lend them a place where they feel like they know each other and they're known. So that's my 2 cents on that. Allison, you had a thought too?
No, it was very similar to that, because I did have Monica and Molly. I just did put in Shannon's group, and I don't know if that was their request or Shannon's request, but I did.
Oh, because they were tagged. That's right. Right.
Tanya tagged me today, and then I was like, what is this group? I don't even know what I missed this whole time.
And it's because, and Shannon does have some really good information. For those of you that don't know, Shannon is my sponsor. So she does have some really good.
I've been on her page and stuff this whole time.
You probably have. And you've been in some groups that she's done too. So, but the only reason I don't, similar to what Elaine said, is because there's just so many groups, because basically her group is like a subgroup of Elite Strongholds group. So we're all under this whole big umbrella, and then you have different groups that kind of fall in. So that's the only reason but because when, for example, they spit out a report that shows what our earnings were for the month, or what our volume was, or what our Success Club points were, she tags you because boom, you're on that sheet, and she wants to make sure that you see it. So that was how that went. It's just another group, and it could be because I'm only 2 or 3 down from Robert that you'll end up seeing that even on an Elite Stronghold thing that Melissa makes up. It's just so big, and it can just be so overwhelming. That's all.
Yeah. So we're going to set up a place to have more of a resource cesspool, in our team page, so that I think what we'll do is within the file section is have posts, and then you could put them there. The only thing is, in the file section, you cannot put photos with your posts. So I know that we'll talk about that, Allison, and then we'll let you guys know how we're gonna make that happen. I know
might end up being like a Dropbox. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay.
Well, and Allison, you had the Evernote that you sent to me, and that had posts in it. But I couldn't copy and paste out of it. Like, I was just trying to copy it, or paste one, or copy one of the pictures, and I couldn't do it from there. So
it took me a minute. I'll show you how, because it took me a minute to get it.
But that might be a good place for us to put stuff.
Yeah, I think Evernote
somehow
is
everyone can connect. I don't know exactly, because I've not used it, so I don't know how exactly if you could share all that. Cool. But Google Documents too does it.
Yeah, and we could put the link in the files to take you there. So that might be what we do.
Okay, that's a good idea. All right, well, we'll cover that on another thing.
Okay. And then there was one other thing, Allison.
We were talking about coach emails. Make sure that they get the coach breaking news emails.
Yeah, you tell them that. Absolutely.
Yeah, if you are not already subscribed to get coach emails in your inbox, you can. They release information randomly daily. And if you're not already getting these, there's some things you should know. Like, for example, today's was huge. Today's, they're changing in September. They're changing some HD shipping prices. And they're also going to, what was the other thing that they were doing? It was something pretty big.
Oh, they were changing the amount of time that you could add somebody to after July 14th, the volume.
Yeah.
Or like someone under you switch a coach or something.
Yeah, you only get 14 days now. That's it.
What is it before?
It was good. I don't even know. It could have been a number. It could have been like unlimited. I have no idea.
Okay.
And then there was just like when the back office is going to close for maintenance. Those are the kinds of things that happen like boom, like that. You can have that come in your inbox right away if you can't get to your back office. So when you go into the Coach Online office, if you're looking at the main page at the bottom, there are some things for you to subscribe to. I believe they're right there at the bottom. I did it so long ago. I don't know if they're like there all the time or what, but you should be able to search the FAQs so that you can get in and subscribe to those. That was a big one that we talked about today. Talked about the groups. I don't know that I have anything else.
The only other thing I want to say about Summit is that with like last year, they announced tickets for, the following year. So they will announce this week or that weekend. Tickets go on sale for 2016, and typically it's at a significant reduced rate. So keep your eyes on that. I mean, didn't it sell out by Sunday of last year?
Yes, I was in Whole Foods on my way home, and I was on the wait list for Summit because I did not do it that like immediately.
Yeah.
So yeah, and they were like $99 a ticket.
Yeah. So I mean, that's compared to like $265 or something like that. So budget it if you can, but keep your eyes open for that. And that's typically non-transferable. Okay. They'll also announce where it's going to be next year, if it is in fact going to be in Nashville again. I wouldn't be surprised that it wouldn't be. So anyway,
y'all want to come to Orlando?
Amen.
I would love that. I think that would be phenomenal. But wherever that is, it'd be worthy of
knowing.
Yeah, and getting a group of rooms. But anyway, I think that's it. Yeah. There is a call tonight that Allison, you're at your computer. Allison's going to post a call that happens at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is in 17 minutes. And it is a panel of size. I always lose the word. What were they, Allison? Size?
Test group
size. Yeah. That are going to be sharing about their experience with size. So definitely, if you have time tonight, even if you can just listen into that, click on the link that will be shared. There's also going to be a link for Janelle Summers' very informative recording from her team call that we would recommend you listen to as well. If tonight, fine. Otherwise, tomorrow sometime. But that is all. But I'd like to close with, is there any questions we can answer for you?
Where do we find the link for Janelle Summers' call?
I'm posting it in our team page right now.
Okay, beautiful.
Yep.
Thank you.
Awesome. Yep. And I just want to also encourage you gals that, and this just, my success partner had called me earlier about a prayer request for one of her team members. I just want to encourage you, if you guys ever have prayer needs, please do not hesitate to share those. If it's, you could share it on our team page or you could private message us. But, I really want to encourage you to reach out to us. This goes beyond just a business. You guys, I'm definitely not in this, and I can pretty much speak for all that I know on this team that it goes beyond that God brought us together for a reason and a purpose. And I would really be honored to partner with you in areas that you might need some prayer. So that said.
On that note, I will say my last client called me back into the room to pray for our team next week. Just in the lives that we will touch that do not have faith, that we will be shining light. So it was really touching that she saw my passion and she knows me, and just that she prayed for our team as a group. So
that's awesome. Yeah, Talk about empowering us, you guys.
Yeah. So be a light, she said, because there are going to be 20,000 some coaches that need it.
Yeah. And it's not just about us and our business there. We have an opportunity to point beyond. So awesome. That's really sweet, Joy. Thanks for telling us that.
Yeah, very cool.
So till next, well, you won't see us next Thursday. You will see a lot next Thursday, but we promise the following Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be here. And we hope to see this blown up. Sound good?
Yes, ma'am. Awesome. Hey,
Awesome.
guys. Okay, smile and wave so I can like a screenshot. I know Christine jumped off that.
Got to get the old lady glasses off.
I know. Whoop, whoop. Oh, hey, Allison. Oh, good. Marine shirt. I love it. You better smile big. I love you, girl. Yay. Elaine, stand still. Are you good? Okay. Gosh. Okay.
I'm holding my phone.
I'm like, what the heck is she doing over there? It's like,
I just wish you guys could see my screen. I mean, my phone holder that Julia put on my phone. It's a bunny ears. So I've been looking at you guys with bunny ears above your heads. There you go.
that's hilarious.
Yeah. All right. Good night, ladies. I hope you can sign on to that size panel and get something from it.
Yep. I posted the link. If you have any problems, don't take
Super.
it up with me. I just copied and pasted it. I have no idea.
Sounds
All right,
good.
Good night.
Thank
Good night,
you
you
Bless
guys.
y'all. Night, night.
Bye.
See ya.